Hello and welcome. Let's discuss this question that came in the year 2023 and is related to the topic climatology or climate of the earth. The question is, with reference to the earth's atmosphere, which of the following statements is correct? A. The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at the poles. B. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. C. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. And D. Infrared waves are a part of the visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves of solar radiation. Now, to understand this question, let's first look at what is insolation. Insolation is nothing but incoming solar radiation. Now this incoming solar radiation, basically sun emits energy in the form of solar winds. Earth receives 1 in 2 billion of that sun's energy. 1 in 2 billion of sun's energy. That is, if sun is emitting the amount 2 billion, then earth is getting only 1. Okay, average insolation is on the earth's surface is 1.94 calorie per square centimeter per minute. This is the average insolation that earth's surface receives. Now this insolation consists of various wavelengths or various kinds of waves, that is visible, infrared, ultraviolet, etc. Now this is the spectrum and this is visible spectrum, that is VIBGYOR. So we can clearly see that infrared waves is beyond the red of visible rays, and this has longer wavelength, lesser frequency, and lesser energy. So infrared waves is definitely not part of visible rays. Now the tropics, this is sun, the south. So the tropics receives maximum insolation in the form of energy, whereas the polar areas receives lesser insolation, less insolation in polar areas in the form of energy. Also in tropics, as compared to equator, subtropical deserts receives more insolation. Subtropical deserts receives more insolation. Why? Because in equator, every day clouds are formed. Also, those clouds are cumulonimbus. Cumulonimbus clouds are formed every day. Hence, 4 o'clock shower around Amazon rainforest. This 4 o'clock shower happens, that is every day at 4 p.m. Heavy shower can be seen, and again on the next day after sunrise there will be insolation. Then because of heating, clouds are formed, cumulonimbus clouds are formed, and then again shower, and the cycle repeats. Whereas in subtropical deserts, now subtropical deserts does not have enough water so that clouds can be formed. Since clouds are not formed, thus these receives maximum insolation, because there is nothing to trap insolation, right? or to restrict insolation. That's why subtropical deserts receives maximum insolation. Now if you look into the question again, the total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at the poles. The amount is not this bigger, the difference is not this much, hence this statement is wrong. Infrared rays constitute roughly 2/3 of insolation. Infrared rays constitute around 40% of insolation. So this statement is also wrong. Infrared waves are largely absorbed by water vapor that is concentrated in the lower atmosphere. We know that 99% of atmospheric water or water vapor is in troposphere. And the infrared waves in the form of long wave terrestrial radiation or in the form of short wave solar radiation is trapped by this water vapor, which give rise to greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect, thus warming of Earth. So C is correct. And D, we already saw that infrared waves is not part of visible spectrum of electromagnetic waves. So here C is the correct answer. Thank you.